listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for your picture from our government.
Was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic services was at the government college to Delhi.
Go gather, destroy their food. Make security camp and that other camp, Tongo camp. You don't compensate everybody.
Sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point as more dancer.
Some lines are meaningful, some are empty. With too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.
Welcome to my art corner, and today I will be trying to paint something that's linked to fishing. You know, fishing livelihoods are very important in Africa and across the world. Many of them are being threatened though by the dumping of chemicals into cradles, into fishing grounds. But that could be a discussion for some time. The artisan fisherman is my concern, and well, I just touched black paint, and well, shall we start now? So you're welcome once more, and this guy is the day the high seas to bring us fish. So this is our guy. He's hooded, and probably we have to. So there we are, trying to represent artisan fisheries symbolically, and so there we have our guy. It's coming up, and let's see what he's going to be doing. And here and it will be fine that we give a guy some watercraft. Okay, no, will be good for him. So you see him coming up, and this is our hint of a canoe, and maybe some symbols of the tides. And this guy is bringing home the bacon, so therefore we need to see some fishes on the canoe, you know. So we have some fishes here. So, and the guy is doing well. He's bringing home the bacon, and the sun is a symbolic aspect in the cosmic logic of our people. It bears testimony to the work of our God. In the backdrop, I'll have to add some maybe symbolic village, which logically is going to be an island, and this village is expectant of what our guy is probably bringing. And you got some people who are standing and waiting for the guy to bring the fish. Even more people are expectant. Yeah, so typical is the kind of scenes that you would see in places like Wolvia, in Cameroon, in Batanga, in Kribi, and Botaland, and so on, Bopendi and Batoke, and so on. Now we have our story, and we should be continuing now towards the painting and the depiction of the actual scenes. With increase in global temperatures, aquatic species are also threatened, and the livelihoods of the common fisherman is no longer as secured as in years. So in depicting this painting, we understand that he lives from the sea. We have to do everything to maintain that his source of food, which is a source of food to millions across the globe, is maintained. In this kind of painting, water is vital. Therefore, water and the clouds, we have to prioritize on blue and white to make sure that we can have the necessary colors that we need. So, what is coming up? So our water it's out. I'm adding some white to make the water to look as though it is having a blushful Ivo green. As my friend Wasworth may have said about his wine or his liquor in Ode to the Nightingale. And we have to continue right upwards in order that we can use more blue for our clouds. When you're painting clouds, you have to do them in circles. Always in circles, and the various effects are going to be created. We're coming up, so we're continuing on our painting towards, we are continuing on our journey towards depicting the life of a local fisherman, maybe amongst those who are waiting for this guy. You got a wife, you got a kid, family members, friends, and so on, and the greater community. And the painting continues. As the hero of the painting will try to make sure that he comes out in bright colors to stay in the memory of the observer. So, a bit of yellow here for our sun. The sun is dark, but we have to lighten it up with more yellow. And so that we can get more impact of its rays. So, our sun is out. Its rays blend into the blue of the clouds that we have here. So if you look carefully, you can pick up some yellowish aspects that are being lost inside. Now for our guy, maybe a red cloak will do. Color contrast is good. It's used to heighten drama. It's good when you want to make sure that your painting catches the eye of those who look at colors and not figures or stories. They are an important chunk of life. Life is not meant to be complex sometimes. Not everything needs some elaborate story. And therefore there are people who look at just the colors. So blending them is also helpful in achieving the ultimate story of your work. So, got some yellow, got some red. And now we shall be moving on to paint our fish, the canoe, as well as the village scene. So our village scene is coming up, and we need some brown, as you see here, for us to be able to come up with. This is a brown color for us to be able to come up with the color that can go in for the house and the houses in the place. Yeah, it's typically Africa, and that which can go for our characters. Now, part of the conflicts that happen sometimes in the interpretation of arts has been that artists use the colors that are given them to symbolize whatever they are trying to depict. And the colors that you paint an actor must not necessarily reflect his race or biology. Granted, that has been the reason why some findings in the tombs of some pharaohs or in the pyramids have caused the controversies that they've caused. But here we are giving a conceptual and geographic boundary to our painting that can be relevant to other boundaries just by extrapolation. And we need even more brown for the canoe so that we know it's from wood. Generally it's wood that has been harvested from the forested areas of our bounty. And this accounts why we have to make linkages between coastal and forest livelihoods. The forests are depleted. The artisan fisherman wouldn't have any canoe that he can use to get into the sea. So the candle is almost done. We have to make sure that it has some unique aspect about its coloring that differentiates it from So our painting is coming up, and soon we'll achieve the fullness of our craft. Knowing that you're there, I have to use we because we are part and parcel of the same fabric, watching the development of my painting. And our painting is evolving, as you can see. We're trying to make sure that we complete the painting. This is the tint of gray that you can also find within the sea. Yeah. Especially in those seas in Africa that in tropical rainforested areas that also blend with the volcanic ridge or the volcanic ridges in Africa. And during the rainy season as well, where you have nimbus clouds, the sea becomes a colossal mass of various tints of silver, blue, and aquamarine, green, and so on. And you're definitely lost as to how nature can be so embellished with wonders. And now the painting has evolved to the extent that you can see our sun, you can see our feature, you can see water masses in the sea. Now we have to make sure that the fishes come up well. The fishes we are painting so that they can see that they have some gills and so. And now we have to add some color to our guy. And you see that the work is evolving to very nice work. And you can see that we have done a great job here. We have to make sure that everything is spreading out and we have our painting done. And so it goes here. And I have been able to bring out the wonders of the life of and artisan fisherman, as well as those that expect him to bring back home the bacon, you know. Just letting colors blend. And this is the life of a fisherman, a local fisherman. He's been able to dare the high seas. He's bringing home fish and his community is waiting on him. And despite the turbulence and the aggressive waves of the sea, this is what many people go through in Africa to make sure that you can have food on the table. Arguably, the waters of the world are being threatened by climate change. Increased levels of warming are affecting the production of fish and so on, and it affects this kind of people. So that's what I'm trying to depict in this painting. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy my colors. That's This Arrey Ivo.
Thank you very much. And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for your serious of our elements.
This was the Ijo country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic emphasis was agricultural college, Ujeli, and
Go gather, destroy their food. Make cultivated camp and that other camp, some more camp. You don't compensate everybody. So
in each generation sometimes. Today I'll focus on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancing.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. After some of these earthly adventures and more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.